My name is Jeff.
Hello and welcome back. It's been a few days since the last video that I done, and we're gonna keep things relevant. Might have been just a wee while I was away, but I'm still up to date with the kids. So we're gonna do a little Jake Paul rant video here, and oh, right, okay. Apparently he's a dead meme. But something that is relevant and something that's been kind of asked a fair bit was a vinyl collection video, which would have been presented a bit better if it weren't for the fact that the shelf behind me, which I stored all my vinyl on, collapsed. So if at any point when we're going through these they're shattered or anything, I'll have a wee cry off screen and we'll just continue. But most of them are fine as far as I know. We'll just go through a few of them because I've got quite a fair few, and to have like a big long hour video, I've not got quite the voice or charisma to carry a video for that long, at least not now. But we'll get started off with a nice wee favourite here, or at least a wee favourite for me. You're Gonna Miss It All by Modern Baseball, a Philadelphia emo rock band who sadly are on hiatus for the indefinite kind of future anyway, due to the, I won't say front man, but kind of co-front man, Brendan Lukens. His mental health hasn't been the best, and he's been quite transparent about it, which I think is something that deserves applaud for being so transparent. But enough about behind the scenes. The album itself, pretty good. It's our sophomore release and came in this beautiful green vinyl. I remember getting it back for Christmas a few years back because I wasn't able to find a copy in any of my local record stores, and for good reason. I hunted it down due to it being such a jump in quality. At least I guess the quality of their music's fairly subjective, due to a lot of people loving Sports, their debut. I feel like they've not that they've never been mature. They've always had a bit of maturity to them, but You're Gonna Miss It All is definitely the kind of like the big step up, like from kind of primary school to secondary school, if you ask me. With one of their best songs. They've got multiple songs that I would regard as the band's best. But yeah, bar the vinyl coming in green, there's a little nice kind of fold out bit here with lyrics and photos, so it's worth seeking out if you can find it. But up next we've got Damn. Pretty relevant for me to include this in the first entry of this series due to Kendrick just announcing a UK tour, and I think a lot of people have been kind of disappointed in Damn, and not to say that it's like a perfect album by any means, but I definitely think that it's still a very good album, and it probably will end up on my album of the year list come December or early January. But with some of his most good Kid Mad City-esque songs in quite a while, due to Pimp Butterfly and Untitled Unmastered having such a jazzy influence going from it. It was nice to kind of have that return to roots while still having that kind of social commentary and just confidence that he's accumulated over the past few years. But that's an album anyway that I'll probably talk about more in depth getting close to the end of the year. But next up we've got Everything's album, Get to Heaven, which is I think was at least up there in my favourite albums of 2015. Probably one of the best art pop albums of the 2010s for sure. I used to always find the frontman's vocals quite irritating, but after a while I just started to love them, if I'm being honest. Some of the best artwork, at least if we're talking in terms of like quite superficial means anyway, about the external factors here, the colour scheme, the artwork itself. I saw a thread on PMC where folk were saying how they expected more to be like an acid jazz record than a kind of indie rock art pop kind of thing. But much like Kendrick Lamar's stuff, at least in terms of lyrical themes anyway, a very witty, relevant album that, if from my experience anyway, I've seen them live and they were supporting Foles, transfers really well to the live scene. But up next is a recent one that I got, and I apologise if these shots aren't as in focus due to me just getting this set up. I'm not filming on my old setup anymore, but with a new setup comes some new issues. But regardless, we've got American Football's debut album, which came out in the late 90s and didn't get a follow-up until the last year with the aptly titled LP2. But this one comes in a beautiful kind of ruby, I'd say ruby red colour, and is a double LP. Comes with the original album, as well as a few kind of practice sessions and kind of maybe not so much B-sides, but just kind of like the kind of scraps from the cutting room floor. Probably one of the most important albums, at least in terms of emo rock. If it went for American Football, I don't think that or in Baseball would have had the sound that they did. There was definitely kind of influence that you can hear in a lot of emo rock bands nowadays. Some of the most kind of touching music I've heard in quite a while, even when it comes to more kind of instrumental heavy tracks where there's not really much said, it still evokes a lot of feelings from it. And if somebody was to ask me one of my favourite albums, I would definitely say American Football. If there's ever a classic series, I will definitely be including that in it, and I don't think many people would disagree with me. And next up, we've got Alt J's debut album, An Awesome Wave, which comes in a lovely white colour, but I don't want to take it out just now because it's been such a nightmare having to take it out of the little sleeve it comes in. I can take the sleeve out and show you there, kind of like distorted kind of image of all three band members, and arguably I'd say it's their best. I feel like on especially their sophomore record, that kind of influence from kind of like chilled books, especially like Where the Other Things Are, came more into play. But on their debut, it was and is, I'd say, still the best debut indie rock record of the kind of 2010s. Every summer I always come back to it, because even if it's been kind of overplayed, at least in my kind of bubble when it comes to like growing up with Tumblr and then seeing it embedded in all these different kind of bits of entertainment, I still love the performances on it. I still love the vocals, even if they've been mocked to hell and on Twitter and such. But out of all their albums, definitely their best. I guess that's up to argue about, but if you disagree, you can let me know. But up next is Hunky Dory by David Bowie, one of the first records that I ever bought on vinyl, and for good reason, I guess. And up next is Hunky Dory by David Bowie. Probably my favourite, if not one of my favourite records by Bowie, due to just how happy it makes me. It's got some of his best known songs, like Life on Mars and Queen Bitch, but other than them, the tracks that appear on there are so kind of upbeat. And even though Bowie's had an abundance of records throughout his career, none really have sounded or had the impact on me quite like Hunky Dory has. Maybe the only record of his that kind of did have that impact was probably Black Star, and there's a lot of kind of context to that. So when it comes to me, when to listen to one of the records and I don't want to kind of depress myself, I'll go to Hunky Dory. It was one of the first records that I ever bought by an independent store, Big Sparrow Vinyl, which is a wee shop around where I live in shirt. And Dan as well was another one that I'd bought earlier this year at LP Records Glasgow, so shout out to those two stores there. I think I'll call it a wrap for now. It's kind of fun to talk about these albums, and hopefully if this gets reception or the demand for a follow-up, I'll probably do some sort of a second entry and just continue on, because they're very out of order due to the aforementioned collapse of the bookshelf. But if you enjoyed this video, feel free to subscribe. I'll probably try and get some more album reviews done. Due to the demand of the site, it can sometimes be a bit hard to kind of get some free time to do something like this. But I've missed it, and hopefully I won't be away forever this time. But until next time, take care and stay hydrated.